February and March are basically loading screens for the rest of the year, and mobile gaming's right now flexing as hard as possible. And some of these new games are just waiting to take over the internet. Hello friends, this is Mobile, and here are 20 mobile games you must know of if you are rooting for something big.
Here we go. Time to ring some ears.
Hostiles in sight. Watch your backs.
Alright, first of all, and this is basically the most anticipated, one of the longest awaited games of all time. You know it, I know it, Rainbow Six Mobile is finally hitting Android and iOS on the 23rd of this month. To celebrate this announcement, developers launched a new campaign, released a new trailer, and announced that the game's gone gold. Of course, the mobile games can't always be identical versions of the PC or their console counterparts, but what it might lack in performance, developers promised to fill in with updates, refinements, and just a heck of a lot more content. Check it out just in case you missed it.
Stay clear of the blast!
Charge ready to blow! Let's go! Stay with me!
We have to make a run for it!
Cover me!
Initiating diffuser. Stay frosty.
Fire in the hole!
Oceanhorn 3 is actually coming back in a big way. Right now the game is only iOS, but promised to land on Android too sometime later. It's 1,000 years later. This time it's not just sailing you're gonna be doing, you're gonna be flying, climbing, dungeon crawling, doing pretty much full fantasy cardio. It's got big Zelda energy, a nice chunky 20-hour story, and most importantly, to begin with, it's coming to Apple Arcades only for now on March 5. Check it out in case you missed it. Most of you know, Subnautica is simply the mightiest PC to mobile port we've ever had hands on since PC to mobile ports became a thing. I mean, this game was so successfully ported, developers took it even further. In no longer than a month, Subnautica's next chapter, Below Zero, is landing on Android and iOS, which is technically Subnautica with a frozen twist. The story is now you're chasing your sister through this ice world and alien terrains, poking around, resource gathering, and habitat building. There's going to be new tools, vehicles, fully voiced new characters, heat management, which is going to add a lot more pressure, but then thankfully it's got some lighter scares this time. Also a smaller map since it's sort of a DLC. Sitting on at number 4, it's a game we obviously haven't touched yet, going by the name Lord of Mysteries. First of all, for those of you who missed it, it's a MMORPG, right? It's actually based off of an anime show with the same name, which actually started just a few months ago, and already doing a lot of damage. Lord of Mysteries is a popular Chinese IP on a Victorian/steampunk world with occult themes, mystery, and some slow burn tension. What we've actually seen so far is quite controversial. There is no confirmed release date, but it is officially announced that it's a mobile port as well. And somehow, if this lands with some proper gameplay and systems, it could be massive. It's got a lot of potential, all left just some proof. Now, it's not only Lord of Mysteries that we're obviously not believing just by looking at it. Earlier this month, we were blessed with another IP called Silver Palace. In fact, Silver Palace was initially revealed just over 7 months ago, and it went under the shadow of, a lot of other releases. But even then, it felt unreal. Silver Palace is actually no strings attached, a open world action RPG as opposed to the previous game, which was a MMO. It's also, this one, set in a gothic Victorian era, and it seems to very much commit to the bit. You play as a detective here in a society powered by corruption, lots of cult activity and rich people doing unforgivable things. Anyway, Silver Palace is aiming Android and iOS. We're not sure how, why in fact, or when, but right now it's just looking mighty fine. most of you know, the mobile JRPG market is basically flooded with, bad cash grabs. And soon enough, Sea of Stars is looking like it's about to change that whole thing with a serious curveball. You see, Sea of Stars is pretty much Chrono Trigger nostalgia without mimicking the game. The combat's fresh, but it's dynamic. It's ditching the standard wait your turn grind for something far more engaging. I've already played it on PC and I'm still coming back for more when it hits Android. And then for those of you who missed it, add in Yasunari Mitsuda's soundtrack. If you got a JRPG that's just as much about the journey as it's about the battles and the story. Mark your calendars, it's coming to Android and iOS April 7th this year, and it's coming to redefine mobile JRPGs once and for all. You know the feeling when a mobile game or a reveal goes quiet, long enough, where you're assuming it's just dead? Well, that's been Assassin's Creed Jade for quite a while. It turns out it's still alive. It's actually confirmed via Ubisoft itself. Lots of Discord claims saying yes, it's in the making. Jade is still pitched as full-fat Assassin's Creed on mobile. For those of you who missed it, it's in ancient China. It's open world, stealth, the parkour, it all seems to be working, which sounds great and terrifying on a phone because we've seen ambitious mobile Assassin's Creed games before and execution is always a real boss fight. There's no release date yet, no new footage, just this trailer. It's only proof that it ain't cancelled, and for now I think it's enough to keep interest alive. We're gonna be coming back to this one once you get an update, which is possibly next month.
And you're getting closer. Listen, Dylan, we're getting distress calls from the theater, but research thinks we might have a resident on our hands.
Yeah, we're not really sure when exactly in 2026, but Control is also coming to mobile. I mean, Android maybe, but definitely for sure iOS. So Remedy is porting the whole pack as it was made, and this is not just a random port. They've announced development's going smooth. If it even somehow runs smoothly, that is quite a bit something close to a miracle. I mean, Control on mobile isn't just ambitious, it's just nuts, considering my own gaming laptop glitched on high settings. But high hopes here. Death Stranding, considering, was even bigger than this game, and they ported it to iPhone quite well. On another hand, the 7 Deadly Sins origin finally locked gold and it's coming out March 16. You've probably seen the release reveal announcement, so you might be aware the 7 Deadly Sins origin is in a good shape. Looks polished, very anime, which tells you almost anything you need to know. It's open world, co-op, boss fights, good combat, the usual checklist, but now stretched across console, PC, and mobile at the same time, which always raises a lot of suspicion, but as developers announced, it's in good shape. The Unreal Engine 5 seems to be working. Pretty soon enough, we're going to be looking either for a Rehab Center, because this thing looks damn addictive, or going back to Black Desert Online.
Our home. On the other, Chang'an, our other home.
Quick mention for those of you who missed it recently, Werewolves Meets coming back with a new expansion. It's called the Hexy. Developers are pushing further in the landscape, the enemies, just a ton of new lore to discover, and of course more depth. It's the same game, the cinematic, the woo-ha type hype developers are cooking for a while, and it's prepared to launch on March 6th. Free to play, huge scale, serious production value. If you're into open world RPGs that feel ambitious and you haven't played this game, go and give it a shot. It's about 40 gigabytes in size. Well, Pokemon Champions is officially now targeting a 2026 release on mobile and the Nintendo Switch. And for those of you who missed it, this game is a straight up competitive hub, like a classic turn-based fighter, ranked private matches, single and doubles. You get to transfer Pokemon from other games, tweak the moves, adjust the stats, and actually build your dream squad without, starting from zero. So look, if you miss traditional PvP, this is it. And a new puzzle game, Pokemon Friends, just shadow dropped as well. Pokemon is definitely not slowing down, it's expanding, and Nintendo's making sure of that. At number 12, Mad King Redemption just dropped a new trailer, and honestly, it's a festival of pixel art. It feels like Dead Cells in a way, and Hades had a pixel art baby together and decided to throw in a beat 'em up in the mix. It's fast, tight seams, mashy, satisfying looking. The good news is that the game is confirmed for mobile and the full release is rumored to be May and already looking like a must play. Also, the real hook is the ability system in this game, which lets you mix hero skills, passives and all to make your own build. Also, really good looking pixel art. Coming up behind that at number 13, we've got My Time at Sandrock. I said it will happen someday a few years ago. Folks hated me for saying that in the comments, but it seems to be in a good shape, undergoing the English version right now for a global release. You can use the links down in the description for the Chinese version. It's on TapTap and the Apple Store, but unless you've got a good translator app and a VPN, we don't really recommend it. Either way, if you missed it, it's like My Time at Porsche, but with better graphics, better customization, storytelling, storyline, everything. One of the best mode ports in its current state right now, although it's taking you about 12 gigabytes of storage. A couple of months ago, we came across an even more new NCSoft project called Limit Zero Breakers. I'm sure I've mentioned the game before. It made a lot of hype. Combat sequences look straight out of the anime show. Graphics were sharp. Action, the story, it all seems to be there and all with the full potential. To that end, if you missed it, developers announced a beta signups open for early 2026, which is, right now, on Android and PC, not iOS right now. So if you want a first taste of it, use the link down in the description, secure yourself a spot. And if you're wondering why you should do that, keep in mind that Breakers is actually a mix of action RPG and an open world, so it's worth it. Up next at number 15, we've got Everness to Everness. Of course, it had to be in the list. The game just went over its closed beta on PC, PlayStation 5, and mobile, and it's just brimming with RPG elements and great open world mechanics. You just need a good phone. The game is all around chaos, freedom, it's everything an open world RPG should be, but basically infinite ways to play. You are playing in a city that no one plays by the rules, and even the ones it has you can just break. And when you're not, you can just go ahead and chill with fishing, walking, racing, and heists. It's all your call. Anyway, you can play it by signing up. The testing's open for another week, and developers definitely seem to be making sure to fine-tune the final product. Well, I think it's been a while since we've mentioned Horizon, and there's no doubt this game needs more attention. See, Still Frontiers is coming to mobile and PC, and I think it might just be the first time a MMO actually understands the assignments when it's about a larger IP. First of all, it's just straight out of Horizon Forbidden West's combat, the grappling, the machines, the chaining, melees, and range attacks, except now you're doing it with friends, which is huge. It genuinely looks fun as well, not just MMO fun. The world, the mechanics, the movement, they all nailed it. The only weird miss is the character design, which kind of drifts into generic dull territory right now, but that will, highly likely change as well. If NCSoft sticks the landing, this could be that one rare licensed MMO that doesn't embarrass its source material. We're gonna see the games coming out late 2026, possibly December. Monster Hunter Outcomers is, you know it already, it's Capcom finally doing the obvious thing and not messing it up. They're bringing actually the real monster hunting to mobile. What's that mean? Well, simple. No AR nonsense, no GPS, grinding, whatever, but actual hunts, hubs, crafting, and co-op. In fact, the combat's simplified for touchscreens with targeting and co-op skills still intact. Here's the good news. A closed beta testing is coming soon and testers are going crazy right now. We were supposedly getting it in the coming days, maybe even tomorrow through the Indie Fan Fest. Just check it out in case you missed it. Monster Hunter Outlanders has been in the making for quite a bit. Now, here's a thing I hate to mention. With over 5 million views via the teaser trailer, and this is just days ago we're talking about, number 18 we've got V Project, which is a idle automate game, which is it's just aiming straight at that love and deep space crowd. I haven't tried it either, probably won't, but the hype is quite real and their new project's real and there's a big demand in the market for it. The visuals look clean. That's actually gameplay, believe it or not. There is even a first-person touch system where you interact with the guys in their daily lives, and you know, you've got to. Anyway, guys, if it's your type of game, go ahead. The project, in fact, is, as we've heard, is not far from release either. If you've been waiting for something on mobile that actually feels dangerous, Glory Ages, which is quite a bit the exact opposite of what we just mentioned, the game project, brings legit hardcore combat. And it's not playing around. It's just brutal battlefields made for striking the perfect moment. The controls are simple though, but the combat is tight, has weight, and it's all about positioning, timing, and not panicking when you're surrounded. The game's actually out on iOS right now, and it's coming to Android in about a month. And yeah, well, this is such a weird crossover, and I love it for that. Reigns, the Witcher, takes, you know, the old swipe left, swipe right action of Reigns and throws Geralt of Rivia in it. You're navigating the monsters of politics, bad decisions, and all that told through a dramatic storytelling. Every choice in the game is a card: swipe right, swipe left, hunt the beast, tax the peasants, take a bath if you wanna, go ahead, although death is like one step away. Pretty clever game, pretty dark humor, replayable for sure, and very Witcher. The game is coming out fully on Android and iOS in about 7 days. Thanks for watching, I really hope you enjoyed. If there's a game you think should have been in the list and we missed, please let us know about it down in the comment section, I will even pin you. Take care, I'll see you soon.